The first thing that is coming out in update 34.1, which I think we've got a name for this thing. What are we calling it? Creep It Real. We're calling it Creep It Real. So we've got a bunch of costumes coming in. So I already showed these earlier in the stream, but all the traditional Halloween costumes are back. The weird masks, the welder outfit, the swine and bovine, all of that stuff is coming back. And if you play the game between October 25th and November 15th, you will get that stuff unlocked in your game if you haven't already. We're also adding a bunch of new outfits in the game, which you can see listed over there. A bunch of variants of existing outfits, new textures, things like that. You can look like a taxi driver now. That's going to be fun. But it's not only that. We've also made a bunch of other improvements to the game. When I say we, of course, I'm talking about us collectively with Wushu Studios, who actually did all of this work. So first off, there's a new curveball being added to the game. It's called Outlaws Passing Through, and it's a curveball that's worth 200 prestige. So keep your eyes open for that one. It's going to be really rewarding if you engage with it. There's going to be now a banner that announces when curveballs have become active for a given community, so that you don't miss that moment and just forget that curveballs exist. The Black Heart curveball tended to cause some performance problems for some people, and so they've made some performance improvements to the Black Heart situation. NPCs will now get bed rest when they're sick. This is just a fun little cosmetic thing. It doesn't really change the way that they actually heal. Everything works the same way, but now you'll actually see them go and lie down in bed if they're feeling sick or tired, and they need to recover. They've also patched some curveball exploits. Let me see exactly which ones they were. So there were some exploits with news travels and a well-oiled machine. Those two curveballs were producing excessive benefits, and so they've toned it back to the actual intended level. They're still great. They're just not as exploitable as they were before. And similarly, there were some loot-related exploits that you could find, particularly with the Lost Platoon, Juiced Up, and High Temperature Zs. And so those have been corrected as well. So those curveballs are now rewarding you the way they were intended to reward you and not in some weird, outlandish, unexpected way. They also fixed the Lost Platoon, the second curveball in the tutorial. That one sometimes wouldn't show up at the beginning of your curveball experience. And so they fixed that. So hopefully if somebody was stuck on that one, that'll be recovered for you. A Broken Heart, another one of the curveballs, is now on a timer. And so if you want to take advantage of it, I believe that's just an extra vulnerable heart. If you want to take advantage of it, you have to actually jump on it really quickly rather than just waiting forever until it's ready. The Bait Crate now gives more satisfying loot. So the Bait Crate is a curveball where there's a crate that shows up, and you want to loot it, but it's surrounded by zombies. There's better stuff in there now, so more incentive to go and get in some trouble to open that one up.
You hear that, everybody? It's not just going to be snacks anymore.
As nice as I would love a crate of snacks, yeah, something a little bit more would be good. Improved VFX on the curveball juggernauts. You can see this lovely juggernaut over here who is, he's all shiny and purple. He's shinier and purpler in a better way that I can't actually define for you, but keep an eye out for him. And finally, they made some localization improvements and other fixes. I know Coalition in the audience, he among other people, have bubbled up to us that there were some issues with the localization of the curveball update. They've fixed a bunch of that and also just made a bunch of other generic fixes. Not generic fixes. How do I do? Miscellaneous fixes. That's the word I was looking for. Miscellaneous fixes. Don't fit into any particular category, but so just look for a bunch of stuff to be better. And that is that. So that's update 34.1. So that's going to be coming on the 25th, the same day that the Halloween costumes unlock. That is not a coincidence, because the way we've set up the Halloween costumes, we have to update the game in order to unlock them. So the 25th. So look forward to that. Watch for an update. I think the updates tend to happen a little earlier in the day these days than back when we were in charge of them, because now they're happening in jolly old England. So that'll happen a little bit earlier. So keep your eyes peeled and look forward to seeing you all running around in your jack-o'-lantern hats.
Quick correction, Geoffrey.
Yes.
Lost Platoon was not the one that was the second.
Oh, crap. It wasn't?
Was the second, the one, it's supposed to go explosive gonk zombies, and then it's supposed to show up with the Lone Raider.
Lone Raider. Okay, I'm sorry. I messed that up. So let me just fix that real quick. Boink. There we go. Let's just pretend that I said the Lone Raider instead of the Lost Platoon. And we will go with that. So there you go. That is what is actually happening in Update 34.1. Thank you for the correction, Joe. And now I think we need to get out of here.